Okay, Tinelli, what's next?
I feel like I can manifest anything except when it's related to health. My own health, my children, my husband. We have allergies, reflux,
Oh.
EOE, UC, you name it. I'm obsessed with researching and fixing, and I can't stop.
I'm laughing because most of us will relate to that of the one thing we want the most we feel like we can't manifest. I'm sorry that you're struggling with those things. I had the same experience where I felt like I could manifest everything except for my health. And there are a few reasons why this can be. One can be because manifestation is more nuanced than people want to admit it is. Energy is more nuanced. It's simple and it's nuanced at the same time. And sometimes the practices that we are using or the principles that we are aligned with to manifest in certain areas of our life, those aren't the same things that we need to be tuning into to manifest in a different area of our life. So wherever it is that you have the most attachment or the most level of want, often can be the most difficult area to manifest, because when we're in an energy of want, we're in an energy of separation. We are living in an energy of I don't have this. And to manifest, we need to be in an energy of this is happening. I have it. So again, if I have it is too far, it's this is happening. I am healing. It is working. And so as long as we are relating to something from the space of I want this, from a place of because I don't have it, we are inherently separating ourselves from it and pushing it away from us rather than embodying it to allow it to come in. So it's one of those difficult pieces about our humanness where when we want something so much, we can actually unintentionally push it away. What we need to do to be able to manifest easily is have that space of ease, that energy of non-resistance. We've got to release resistance. And when we want something so hard, when we are overthinking it, when we are researching it a lot, we can sometimes have a lot of resistance to it in subtle ways, resistance to the fact that it's there. I recognize as a human, the idea of not resisting my illness was one of the most annoying things of all time and the most frustrating things. And now that I'm on the other side of it, it was the most important thing. I had to accept that it was there and surrender into it. And in surrendering into it, I allowed the energy to start to move through. So when I wasn't so attached to fixing it, when I allowed it to be there, suddenly I could perceive it differently and I could get curious about why it was there. Illness is interesting because symptoms are our bodies talking. And with manifestation, sometimes this is a matter of I want to align with something different. So let's say with the area of illness, you're trying to align with health, right? And so when you look at all of the actions that you're taking, you ask, is this aligned with health or is this aligned with being sick? So all of my hyper research and my stress and my worries and a lot of the different things I'm doing, I realized that for myself, a lot of the actions I was taking were because I was sick, not because I was aligning with health. And there's a difference in intention. So you could take your supplements in the morning because you're trying to not be sick. So you're energizing more sickness. You're identifying with I'm sick. Or you can take your supplements in the morning and come from the intention of I'm aligning with health through this. And I started to think about all the things that I was going to do when I was fully healthy. I realized that a lot of my practices were the same. I wasn't going to stop eating well and I wasn't going to stop taking care of my body when I got healthy. And so I realized that my intention could easily shift into that. So we want to pay attention to the actions that we're taking and the energy that we're coming from, because there are a lot of things where our identity can get wrapped up in unintentionally being the sick person. When we are not sick, are we still going to research all the time? And if we are going to research all the time, well, then what's the intention from there? And start practicing following that intention, the healed intention, and seeing where it takes you. That is one of the reasons why health is a little bit, it's not that it's different, but from the human experience, we have to perceive it a bit differently, because we have to actually get curious about, well, what is the body telling me is off? Because a symptom doesn't go away until we address why the body is saying it's off. So whether that is a dietary shift or an environmental shift or a toxin or something that our body needs to be put back into balance, whether that is with a supplement or a medication or a lifestyle practice or a change in relationships, it could be anything. But that symptom isn't your body being wrong. It's not your body not working. It's your body sending you a message. And if we manifest something different, that would either require us to override our body's signals, which then we wouldn't be in alignment with health, or it requires us to actually understand what the message is to change that underlying root issue. And then the body goes back into health. And so we want to understand that our bodies are naturally meant to be in a state of health. Our bodies know how to heal themselves. If they're not, then there is something in the way of them healing. There is something blocking it. There's something missing it. And so your energy around it, when that shifts, that releases a resistance for the body to start to change. I understand firsthand why illness, the experience of manifesting health, is different. It was really hard for me because when you are experiencing physical symptoms, it is really hard to shift your mindset the way that I could with other things. So things like money, I could do my self-talk and say, okay, that was scarcity. Let me think about abundance. Let me focus on abundance. But when you're having a visceral symptom, I understand firsthand that you can't try and fake your way out of that's not happening. It is happening. And manifestation is not about pretending like anything's not happening. Manifestation is about authenticity. Manifestation is about honesty and truth. And health is going to be realized in your body when we get curious and talk to our bodies and get to understand, hey, what is it that you need? Because as long as we are relating to the illness as if our bodies are wrong or they're broken, then we stay stuck. But when we understand that our bodies are working properly and that it's having a response to something that is not healthy for it, it's saying, no, this isn't good for me. No, this is making me sick. And we realize that's a healthy response. The same way it's a healthy response if I put my hand on a hot pan that it gets burned. That's a healthy response because it's teaching me not to do that. I might not like that response, but I'm not going to manifest my way to not feeling heat on the pan. I mean, you could ascend your way, I guess, but you're not going to manifest your way out of it. And so with manifestation, we're not using that to bypass a symptom. That's an important message. And that's really the key piece about health. So with health, we have to release our resistance. And I say that more than release your attachment, because it's not wrong to desire things. It's not wrong to desire things, but it's noticing these subtleties in the energy and in the intention around where there's subtle beliefs that I am this sickness. My body's not working properly. Nothing's going to work. It's really complicated to heal. All of those beliefs are sending momentum into the field and locking us into this vibration that is not in alignment with health. So we want to pay attention to those nuances, and it can take some time to recognize all those little places where we are identifying with the sickness. But when we shift out of the want from the mind place and the need to change or the need to control, and we shift into a surrendered state of curiosity to really just understand what our bodies need, that's when things start to change.